to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rahakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. It's going to be a short one. It's just something that came to me. I kind of felt like I should share it. And it's just on the subject of women, like this woman. I ain't going to really go into it because of all the copyright and all that sort of stuff, but really what it's about is just this woman who's talking about how she can't find a man, and she's looking for a man who earns around 400,000. She's in a good position herself. She's a senior software engineer, and she knows how to. She makes a decent amount of money. I think she's working out in Seattle. And she says that all the guys that she can get along with are broke, and all the guys that are on the level that she wants, that she's dated, they don't have time to work. The way she put it, they ain't got time to work on the relationship. And Kevin Samuels, he kind of broke it down right. He kind of looked at the situation. He understood that what he was one sec. He understood that what she was talking about is the guys who are poorer than her, she can control. She got leverage. She's got that financial leverage, so she can be her masculine self, and they'd be putting up with her shit because she got all this money. But she's looking to settle down and have some children and maybe just be a housewife at some day. But in order to finance her level of lifestyle that she's used to, and the level of lifestyle that she's therefore going to expect for her children and her family, she needs a guy who's earning probably twice as much, and that's another thing, right? For her to maintain her lifestyle with a family, a guy who's going to be paying for all of that, not in the 50-50 relationship, but paying for all of that, is going to have to earn double. So a lot of the successful, even not the successful, any kind of woman that's in the workplace, when she's thinking of, if she wants to be at home and not working at all and not in a 50-50 relationship, then the situation becomes even harder, right? Because she's probably looking for a man who's earning double, whereas a man is in the same situation, whereas a man wants to find a woman who he can finance, who his salary can pay for. He's looking for a woman who's earning half, right? So it becomes a lot easier for the men to find someone to settle down with in general. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. Her predicament was that the guys that she liked, the guys that were earning 400,000, they expected a certain thing. They were more traditional. They were expecting certain traditional aspects to women, and she wasn't able to provide that. And what it turns out is that I think it's in Genesis chapter 3. We're going to get it. We're going to find it. Genesis chapter 3. If we can find the book. It's a curse. When I'm just trying to find it. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow at thy conception. This is after Adam had been found to had followed the advice of Eve over the word of the Most High, or Yahweh. He had been found to follow her advice. So he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. And thy desire shall be to thy husband. And we're going to try and get this in another thing, Genesis 3:14, or Genesis 3:16. And he shall rule over thee. So it's what a lot of women don't realize is that it's a curse. This desire to be in control is a curse. This thing that they're dealing with, this thing that they can't find a man who's who's gonna do what they want. This desire to always, and we all know, and we even were, like some of the women that are really kind of, what's the word, able to accept accountability. They can see that in themselves. This masculine trait, the person who always got to be um making the rules, or the person always got to be um what's the boss. A lot of men talk about it. They talk about like how controlling their wives are. Now, I ain't gonna front. There's a lot of men that are controlling of their women. But when in this example, I'm talking about men that are controlling. I mean, women that are controlling of their men. A lot of very very masculine women pushing um, throwing their weight around in relationships, trying to make every decision. You know. But what they don't really, they think they're being the boss B, but actually they just living out a curse, because it's a thing that the Lord put in place, such that they might never, to make things difficult between the relationship between man and women, because of Eve, of her idea to usurp Adam's position, essentially. And in fact, it's usurp, and try to take his uh, to try and take his eyes away from the Lord and towards herself. Well, really, it's to usurp the Most High's position, to try and make him her focus. You know, even to this day, to try and make her his focus. Sorry, I should say, even to this day. And the resulting pain that comes from that. Let's see. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life. Because he decided to look away from the Lord for his providence, and to look towards Eve and her ideas for providence, for safety, for comfort, for prosperity. Now you will work. Whereas you could have been like the birds of the beasts of the field that don't need to worry, whereby the Lord, make us the tides to flow, and bring us the seasons, and everything to come in the right time, so that you might be comfortable. Now you will work, and you will work in a way where everything's against you. The thorns will. What does he say? Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I command thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns and thistles shall it bring forth to thee. Meaning that the earth will not give its abundance to you. Every time you labor, you'll labor. Let's carry on. And thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread. So that before you before you relax, and before you can enjoy the fruit of the earth, you will sweat. This is where we are today. Man is going out and he's working. Now men and women are going out and working. Although the women are trying to skirt around it, and the serpent is providing that by giving them a kind of, some of them, a way of cashing in, let's say, on the labor of men that have married them, should they choose to get divorced. So yeah, let's get that in the NET, and then we're going to close out. It's a short one today. I was looking for the NLT, but I couldn't find it. Genesis 3:14, the Lord 16. To the woman he said, I will greatly increase your labor pains, and in pain you will give birth to children. You will want to control your husband, but he will dominate you. But to Adam he said, because you have obeyed your wife and ate from the tree which I commanded. And the tree is a system. The tree is not a literal tree, but a tree is a knowledge tree, or a system, a way of being. I can't even describe it. A philosophy, a a culture, you might call it, a lifestyle maybe. Whereas whereas the Adamites in Genesis were commanded to follow the Lord, follow these customs, these holy days, these rituals, these precepts, these laws, statutes, and commandments, and the earth will yield abundance to you, and you can just relax all the day of all these days. That's what the original law was. But Eve came with the serpent, which is Esau, which is the bloodline of the Edomites before Esau, if you like, the serpent seed. Eve came with them, joined with them, and came up with a new what's the word? A new way of being. Don't rely on God like the beasts of the field or the lilies in the valley or whatever. More worry about yourself. Scheme to get this, scheme to get that. Investigate how you might build for yourself. But turn your back on, because let's see, the Lord said that then the man in his worth heard the sound of the Lord moving about in the orchard at the breezy time of day. And this is the prophets talking about how calling the Adamites to continue to practice the law, statutes, and commandments that have been set out before them. But they were busy making industry. And that's why the Lord called to the man and said to him, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And the man said, "I was moving about in the orchard and I was afraid because I was naked. I realized that I have no way of providing for myself. I'd realized it's down to fortune. I've been trying to chart the stars to figure out when the season's going to come in and plant stuff in the orchard or whatever. I was busy trying to make my own way." That's according to Eve and the serpent. Because when the serpent tempted them, you must not eat from it. The serpent said to him, "Surely you will not die, for the Lord knows when you eat from it, your eyes will be open, and you'll be divine, like divine beings, knowing good and evil." And we know that the term good means beneficial in the Bible, and the term evil means something that's harmful. So yeah, don't worry about the statutes and commandments. Come study this tree. Come study this tree of knowledge, if you like. The system, the science, and let's try and figure out a way that we don't need to work with. We don't need to think about God. We won't need God. That's really what, when it says you should be like gods yourself, knowing good and evil, it means you won't need God to provide for you. You'll be able to find the good from the earth, and you'll be able to remove the harmful stuff from your path. Work for yourselves. We see this to this day, man. We see this to this day. Like, we see the curses, even in the relationships between the man and the woman. The woman's still trying to assert authority over the man. She directs his labor, because we're still in the serpent system. And the serpent does everything. Esau does everything to protect that. But yet, it says, "She shall bruise your head and he shall bruise your heel." What is it saying that? On your belly you will crawl, and under dust you will eat all the days of your life. And I will put hostility between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. Her offspring will attack your head, and you will attack her offspring's heel. Anyway, that's it. That's the curses, man. That's it. I'm going to read the last chapter of last couple of verses of chapter 3, and I'll be out. One sec. Shalom. Sorry, that was the door. So, yeah, so that's pretty much where we got to, talking about the curses, man, and the fact that they're still around to this day. So I'm gonna shut off now. Say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hasham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hasham HaKadosh. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. It means He is. Yahweh Shai is the name of His Son. It means He's. It says Rahakadosh is the name of the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. Raha meaning Spirit, Quadash meaning holy. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS and the Akwam and Akwath, faithfully following and pushing this word and this truth and studying and fasting and praying and trying to get us out of here. Shalom.